Steve, I'm curious, what do you think were some of the key success factors in getting established within GRC, coming from, the world of finance and accounting, and then, within 2 years you became the leader of it? That's pretty quick.
Yeah, I think there's like a people component there, and then there's the technical skills component. And when I reflect on, I think of that question, people comes to mind first, right? So because we got a fabulous team, and the team's been successful. So um, Jim Collins, Good to Great. It's old business
A great book.
textbooks, but those are good principles, and they stand the test of time. So it's like the first thing you need to do is get the right people on the bus in the right seats, right? So I came to the team bringing this heavier compliance experience. We were fortunate to flip a co-op student into a full-time software developer. So he's indispensable for his software development technical chops that I aspired to work towards, but I don't have. We brought in a program manager who's been at the company 20 years and knows everybody and is really good at maturing processes and basically being the tip of the spear for intake and reducing friction in the business as we fortify our defenses. So, with respect to the bus and its seats, three new people, new blood into the team. And then the existing team was very seasoned cybersecurity professionals. And it was, what do you want to start doing, stop doing, keep doing, right? So that we can get good outcomes. So number one, I'm kind of blown away by how the team comes together and gels and has a good vibe to get good outcomes. On the technical side, it's like you guys touched on the T shape, and then Wes and Kip went really deep on the T shape in terms of you got your business acumen and your technical acumen, and the business people need to go more technical, and the technical people need to get more business savvy, and then take one technical domain and go deep on it. So for me, that was coming from the IT auditing, the focus on integrity in the CIA triad. Um, I've done 4 years of change management and access management controls for financial systems. So that's what I kind of latched onto. The same control owners for on the identity team that I worked with in Sarbanes-Oxley were the same ones over here for GRC audits, and that um, kind of was helpful. And then also, I think a couple of points on the business people getting more technical and the technical people getting more businessy, right? So um, if this were an accounting podcast on accounting career paths, they'd be talking about folks like digital transformation. You need to get more technical. When there's a digital transformation, you're not just doing the same thing you did on paper on a computer. There's a paradigm shift where everything is different. So continuous learning, upskilling, more technical. There's CPAs in Canada getting drone pilots licenses to count inventory with drones. Um, right. And then on the technical side, it's like, hey, there's this issue. There's a static URL. What do we do? And the security engineer says, well, we'll lock it down. It's like, whoa, pump the brakes. Like, can we do a problem statement, alternatives, decision criteria, analysis, recommendation, implementation plans? When you turn it off, who's it gonna impact? Right. So anyway, so I think there's a lot of that um, convergence and opportunities for everybody to grow. So I brought the auditing, right people in the right seats, and we got some good outcomes, and we got a good vibe on the team.
Huh. Yeah, that's I love the kind of the cross-functional dimension that you're bringing into this. And I particularly want to applaud that you said you brought somebody in on your team who has long tenure with the company. And tell me again, what role are they playing?
The senior program manager,
Senior
they do intake, right? You get those executive requests, and you need a tip of the spear to right.
Yep.
And uh, due diligence memos for security risk assessments and a variety of things. But it's just like process architect, reduce friction, and then now the process is in place and more mature, and now someone else can do it and move on to the next.
Yeah.
Add even the service catalog.
So I don't know if you recruited this person for the same reason that I made a similar move. when I was CISO, but I was new to the organization. You're not as new to the organization, to your organization, as I was to mine. But I realized that I had a disadvantage because I was working in a high tenure organization. I was kind of the, a baby still when I showed up to be their CISO. And so I recruited somebody who'd been there for 20 years because, like you said, he brought all the relationships and the deep understanding of how things really work, not just what the org chart says or what the process flow diagrams say, but he knew how things really, really worked. And so adding somebody like that to my team really amplified what we could get done because he knew who to go to get the informal agreements that you need to get sometimes in order to get people to agree to change the way we work. Anyway, so I don't know if that's why you did it, but I wanted to bring that out because whether you're doing GRC or something else, whatever your function is, we all want things to get better. We all want things to improve. We want people to consider doing things differently, and that's such a relationship driven thing. And so again, if you're gonna be a CISO one day, you better understand how relationships work in your organization so that you can take full advantage of that way of making improvements